But we thought that we could come, Mr. President, with a message to you so that we can give hope to the people of the Copperbelt. So we got a few questions we came with so that the President can address them, so that, like I have said, hope is restored. There will be no better time for this country. We are going into a election next year. I think we realize that today, for the first time in our country, criminals have taken over the running of government. We, as a boy, we have a lot of that you can guide the nation specifically on certain issues that we feel that as youths in this country, as you see youth in the world, we should have hope. We do not want a kind of government and petition, Mr. President, that if you form government, when we form government next year, don't expect, believe that you are the right person to take this country forward, despite of whatever. So it is important. So I'll allow my colleague, Mr. Stark, to coordinate those questions. So
welcome media houses as we come to the session. However, the first question, Mr. President, comes to me, William Kigali, Information and Public Secretary, Copperbelt Province Youth Wing. And the question is, Mr. President, we've seen the clamping down of media house recently when Edgar Lungu, President now, came into his house. ZNBC has not been covering the people of Zambia as it's supposed to do, because we believe that Zambia National Corporation is actually funded by us, taxpayers, and the Operation Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC, has been segmented to a certain section of the people, as if only few people pay taxes to pay those workers there. And we've seen also the clamping down of media houses. For example, the Post and the Front TV, for covering the masses of Zambian country. And this has caused a lot of disfranchising of Zambian citizens because people cannot get the information that is really important. Yes, when we come government in 2021, the public president, what do you do different? How will you run the house that journalists are not urinated out for this PFP are doing? That the media houses should cover everybody. How are you going to run the media house?
Isanga abaume isanga abana kashi.
Yes.
Our intra-party elections have been intense. Everybody. Now, I represented by you. All of us in the UP. Many of whom are voiceless. I represent by you. Answering your person basically you see it by the clampdown on media organizations which PF has engaged itself in. The post existed from the counter time. No government closed it. Prime various radio stations are threatened to close, suspended. Some was even now saying they are do you need any evidence to prove that country is the country is an autocratic? The autocracy please the European government to assure Zambia freedom of assembly, freedom of movement, freedom of conscience would be assured by respecting a fundamental law. The Constitution has even a more important second code in the European Union with respect the law, which assures people's rights. So my the UN our fundamental freedoms, rights, liberties. The media is a critical aspect of environmental freedom. The media code the fourth the media has planned as well. I want the media organization. Those are the here. I consider ourselves being all the media organizations here. If the post wants to operate again, we open. We give them the right to operate. Because the things when you say government closing media stations, clamping down on rights. If we are comfortable, what is the voice of the data? A lot of fish in the media. We're not even like anybody that is with us because we are capable of handling cases on the contrary views because that is right citizen act. Not an issue on the media practitioners. The days of being harassed
I have two questions. I don't know what more stop mining company has produced 6 months. That is with now how is going to address when provide the mining company who have a right to lower fluctuating prices of copper. My question, Mr. President, how are you going to help the mining sector? My third question, plans
First, we'll ensure that our mining policies, laws, regulations are clear, they are attractive, and they are consistent. We don't change them as PF has been changing mining policies and taxes regularly. We want to bring stability in the mining sector. That's the first thing, which is not there at the moment. Because the frequent changes in a sector create not just for the investor, instability for the workers because they get threatened with loss of jobs. So we'll make it very clear. When there's an issue, as Mopani may be faced with and others, fluctuating prices, metal prices, as it were. When there are other challenges faced with, or the mines face, the UPND government will be there to partner with the mines, to partner with the workers, to partner with mine suppliers and contractors, and sit down together at the same table to find solutions for those problems. Not the way PF is doing. They stand aside when there's a problem and allow only one party, ask one party to find solutions to the problem, not us. We will be integral members of the mining sector, making sure our primary duty will be to make sure that no worker loses a job in those difficulties. So we will engage, and we will take measures as UPND government that are within the remit of the government to deal with, such as what? Such as lowering the cost of doing business, lowering the cost of mining, making electricity available at a fair price so that the cost of electricity in mining comes down. What else? Making sure within the Mopani, making sure that fuel is delivered at a fair price, because as you increase the cost of fuel, the cost of electricity, the cost of mining goes up, and if there's a fluctuation in the price of metals, just a slight fluctuation, if you do not support the sector including workers, more important workers, and mine suppliers, Zambians, mine contractors, they could lose jobs, they could lose businesses because the mine is not performing well. The costs have gone up. So it will be our duty as UPND government to help lower the cost of doing business so that we can maintain jobs in the mining sector, even when there's a fluctuation in the price. Has it been done elsewhere? Yes. During the financial crisis in America under President Barack Obama, then the government of America came on board to support workers, to support businesses, to support suppliers and contractors so that no one loses jobs either in the direct company employee, or a supplier employee, or a contractor employee, or indeed those who buy services from the mines as well. That's what we're going to do. What you see today is a government that walks away from workers, walks away from suppliers, walks away from contractors, walks away from mines, and stand on an ant-hill, start pointing fingers at each other. That's failure of leadership. We will organize leadership, we will work together with the mining sector, with the employees, more important, and others, to keep the mines afloat. Obama did it. They even had to save big companies like General Motors. And after a while, those companies survived, jobs were not lost. That's what a leadership is supposed to do. And we fit that bill ourselves as Upnd. The emerald sector is a very important sector. Very, very important sector. It's underexploited. Again, we'll make sure that the emerald sector benefits Zambians. How? New licenses. Let me include small-scale miners. Let me answer the question as once. Emeralds, small-scale miners. We'll look after them. How? One, new licenses when we come into office will be given to Zambians and Zambian companies, you people. And if you have no money to mine, to prospect, then you can use that mining license as your capital contribution towards a joint venture. Then you can attract. We will not give licenses to Sudanese, no, and other foreigners, but to the people of Zambia. Bayufi banandi misepela bajerabo bajerabo. We will not cheat the way PF has been doing towards an election. They cheat that they've given the Jerabos Black Mountain. After the election, they withdraw the license, or indeed a share percentage. Why should we give you a percentage? We'll give you a full mining license. And don't worry, we will help you raise capital. We know how to do it. Then, what else are we going to do? We will make sure that you mine in a safe way. You are given support. You mine with proper equipment, so we protect lives. Too many of our people are dying on those dumps, dying in the small-scale mines because they are not given support, technical support on how to mine in a safe way. We'll give you that. The people of Zambia. What else are we going to do? We will make sure that when you mine, for example, manganese, we've given you a license, yes, but you mine manganese, you are not selling the manganese rock, raw material. Because the raw material, you sell it at only $50 per ton. We want to increase value through value addition in our minerals, in our mines. We will put plants, manganese processing plants in Wapula, in Serenje. You, the young people, the Zambian people with your mining licenses, mining support, mining methods, safe methods. A plant will only cost $10 million, an average small manganese plant. You bring in your raw manganese, instead of paying you $50 per ton, when you process, the value now increases from $50 to $1,600 per ton. And that's what we'll be selling, value addition. And then it means you as miners, citizens as miners in Wapula, in Serenje, will get more money per ton than they're getting now. They will be richer, they will be wealthier. That's my dream. After 5 years in office, I want to see more Zambians richer, more Zambians wealthier. Start sharpening your minds now. Get ready. But first, Mufiremu voter. Mufiremu send them NRCs. You register and turn out to vote in big numbers. Emeralds, for example, I put them together. Why sell the raw emerald? We must polish the emeralds here so that we value add. We will do all of that because we understand the basics, including the complexities in a business operation, which the PF have no interest in, they have no understanding, they don't care about the people of Zambia. Lying about youth fund, Yafuma Kwi youth fund just a few days before the election. That's election money. I'm a youth, take it and eat it, it's your money, but wait for Bari in 2020. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and the leadership team. My name is Francis Kabuteni. I'm Provincial Vice Secretary and also aspiring candidate for Vupe Ward in Kampinsa constituency, Kitwe. Mr. President, the people of Zambia are ready to vote for you. And the same people have faced a lot of challenges, a lot of crises. We had cholera some years back, and this year we have COVID. And once we elect you as Republican President, how are you going to manage emergencies or crises such as COVID or any other that Zambians may face while you're in office? How different are you going to manage that so that the people of Zambia can again have confidence in politicians or political leadership? Thank you.
Thank you. Very good question. Very good question. A crisis situation demands a visionary leadership, a capable leadership. The coronavirus crisis has been mismanaged because there's no leadership in the PF. That's when you test the quality of leadership of any team, is when you are in a crisis. Cholera, whatever flu, but coronavirus. We actually proposed measures to the PF team way back in February, once it was confirmed that we had a coronavirus. We gave a 12, 14-point plan. Some of you have already forgotten what needed to be done. Ranging from the things we're doing now, wearing masks, social distancing, we went on to propose a managed lockdown of entry points, border points. People misunderstood us. We didn't say lockdown KMB. We said lock down the borders for human traffic, because corona was transmitted by human traffic. Airports. And everybody who came that time, we proposed, must be screened. Quarantined for 14 days. The trucks must be fumigated so that commerce and industry, trading can continue. But you contain the coronavirus. We advised. Nobody listened. That's what a leadership must do. To anticipate, and we anticipated, we rendered advice, they did not listen. The way we've been rendering advice from 2012, 2013 on the economy, that the economy will collapse, no one listened. Don't borrow too much money at a high cost, they didn't listen. Today we're in a debt crisis. It's the same with a crisis like coronavirus. Nobody listened in the PF. If they had listened to us, the economy would have been functioning, people would have been having trading activities going on. At the same time, would have contained coronavirus. Greece did it. A small country called Greece, they did it. They took the measures that we were recommending, and today they're in a better shape. In addition, before any crisis arises under the Upnd, it will find a strong economy. The economies that had been managed properly, better, like Botswana, they've weathered this coronavirus much better because they were already strong. But here the economy was already destroyed. When coronavirus came, before it came, there was already a virus here which had destroyed our rule of law, which had destroyed our freedom, which had destroyed medias, organizations, which had destroyed jobs, which had taken money away from our pockets, although we were told more money in the pocket, which had taken away our jobs. That virus is called a Dununa reverse virus. The good news is that we have a medicine for that virus ourselves in the UPND. Through our visionary leadership, competent management, monitoring and control for review, fair distribution of resources, improved economic management, respect for the rule of law, which will restore, respect for human rights, liberties and freedom, which will restore, and indeed prudence. That is the UPND medicine for the PF's Dununa reverse virus that destroyed our economy before the coronavirus came. Because the point I'm making is that you are better to respond to a crisis when you are already strong economically and socially. Sure. We were weak, therefore we are suffering most. Sure. When you see the Minister of Health himself carrying thugs to the High Court, to the Magistrates Court, no social distancing. When you see someone organizing an inspection of a bridge on the Kafue Road there with thousands of people without masking, that is irresponsible leadership. Yes. We will bring responsible leadership. Yes. That is part of the medicine of managing difficult situations. Cool heads are needed, capable heads are needed, heads that are free of other impurities, right? Arising from other things I don't want to talk about. That's what leadership demands. I want to say to the people of Zambia, once we've done our first term, 5 years, you'll be proud of the UPND leadership. Even those that may have not voted for us in the first term, they will turn out in the second term and vote for us because they will see the benefits in all the provinces of Zambia. We'll bring unity, equitable distribution of resources across the country, fair distribution of resources. We'll bring back a professional civil service which will assure job security to all civil servants, irrespective of your name, where you were born, will look after you. All those civil servants that have been retired in national interest through political manipulation of the PF, you are on leave, will bring you back in your job. Men and women in uniform, you have nothing to fear. Don't listen to scaremongering. Davis Wheeler was saying in Luapula that when UPND comes in office, Mukakakwa, why are you going to Kakwa? What have you done? Fish machita, fish mutina. What is that? No, we are different from you. Our job is to be arrest the economy, not to arrest the people who have nothing to do with the economy. But there will be a rule of law. Yes. The Anti-Corruption Commission will operate properly. The Drug Enforcement will operate properly. The prosecution's arm will operate properly. The police will be professional. No victimization, no cadreism. The youth, Muitina, will look after you. Give you contracts to supply desks, give you contract to supply uniforms, give you contract to supply, to be carpenters, to be in the sectors. We will change 3 basic laws, amongst others. 1, contracts for goods and services in the whole country will favor Zambians and Zambian companies. Number 2, I talked about it already. Extractive industries, mining, timber as an example. All licenses, new licenses will be given to Zambian and Zambian citizens. Number 3, land belongs to Zambians. Kutuwaya kuchalo chimbi bakupela 10 acres. Kutuwaimona. Land will come to you. Someone else wants a factory, they have to join venture with you. Then you are in business together. You self-employed. That's our duty. Your job is to mobilize. Don't say HH alikwisa, ni mwebo. especially Misepela.
That's right.
Get NRCs, get voters' cards, turn out in big numbers and vote. Finally protect your vote at all costs until we are sworn in. The rest, leave it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more questions. I think we ask them at a go so that the president doesn't keep on standing. Yes.
No, I'm okay. I'm strong.
My name is Kangwa Kamando, coming from Kitwe. Mr. President, as you may be aware, Lusaka councils and Kitwe councils have been suspended due to illegal land allocations. For that reason, people of Riando community, as we speak up, due to reckless leaders who allocated them illegal land in the mining area. What are you going to do to ensure that our people are protected from losing property in such a manner? The second question, Mr. President, ama market, ama bus stations, ukutampira ku intercity oko twachikirira, kwisafika Kitwe, wakanso tawariko, aba restaurant ama councils, ma PF cadres. How are you going to ensure that that trend comes to an end as we form government next year? Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah, let me just, I'll be quick on this one. Thank you very much. Very good 2 questions. Number 1, land, issues around land. Nina ndakale ya pape, avena kopala, that land belongs to you Zambians.
Yes.
Which means that citizens, all of them will be able to access land so that they don't become illegal squatters or whatever. So it will turn you from an illegal squatter or whatever to a legal landowner. The UPND government will facilitate issuance of land with title to citizens of Zambia. You can work on it to farm, you can work on it to build a house, you can work on it to build a factory or a business or an office. You are not able to do it yourself, you can join venture with others. I've already said that. But at the same time, if there are people who have occupied land for different reasons, illegally or wrongly, it will be the duty of UPND to resettle them nicely and give them alternative land so that they are all happy, and those whose land has been taken away or occupied are also able to utilize the land. Because we need law and order at the same time. So there will be no issue of an illegal settler because your UPND government will facilitate you getting your own land plus title. And by the way, we will make title issuance very efficient. You don't have to corrupt anyone in lands. You get your title on time. So those that have issued challenges, nice, resettle, it's the duty of the government. We will not wait for people to build after they invest their savings, even pension, to destroy their houses. That is foolishness. Where Marikwi, sir. And if there's a situation where people have invested land already, in that land, they were allowed to do that, it will be our duty to have a humane face to organize and sometimes compensate those that may have been disadvantaged, but not destroy property anyhow. That's what we're going to do. Lastly, we will not, I repeat, we will not allow PF cadres to occupy your land and other people's land illegally. There will be law and order. So why would you occupy someone's land if you can get your own land? Your UPND government will give you the land. You don't have to do that. But what you see today is chaos, chaotic situation. There's no order in this country. It's just a mess all over the shop. It's chaotic. We will bring law and order, but favoring citizens of Zambia, favoring you as a landowner. Because even you, when you have land, you don't want someone else to come and take over your land. Is that what you want? Mine retirees were promised land by PF. Where is the land? Have they been given land? Ubufi. Ubufi wa PF. Agachelo. Ubufi. Chungulo. Ubufi. Ubufi. Twanaka nabo. Ubufi wa PF. Ubufi wa PF. Twanaka nabo. Markets, bus stops, councils will return. Upnd will make sure that councils will return to an organized way of managing markets. No one who is not a council employee under Upnd or is not part of the cooperative, market cooperative, will be collecting levies. Bus stops will be properly organized. No one will be charging you, no PF cadre or any cadre will be charging, because our Upnd cadres and other Zambians will be looked after through the arrangements I've described. Properly looked after. You and other Zambians. That's what we're going to do. Kutumwaleta shani uwe antanshi kwa bula order. Chipante pante pye. Tamaji wengati baleya uku, olo baleya uku, olo uku. No vision. Namba mwewe wabena Zambia. Muntu ali mwewe atakuwa tochi mono. Na imwe mwafanta mwaji. Umulomo. Natuchenjera nomba Natuisukama tunomba Can we vote for a song? No. Namwe mulelo lesama Zambians. Muntu ale mweva ati development through reverse. Dununa reverse. Kudu wayashani kuntanshi. Development kuntanshi. Nomba dununa reverse. We don't wino. This time no voting for a song. No. We are voting for substance. Yeah. And we are voting for merit. Last question.
We have one more last question, Mr. President.
Hello guys. How are you, sir? Thank you. How are you? Good to see you.
Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Madam. My name is Hakainde, the Copperbelt Province Youth Secretary. Mr. President, I've got 3 cardinal questions which I want you to tell the Zambians how we are going to change things as we are going to be voted into power come next year. Because you are saying come next year, there's no doubt that you are going to actually fail to make it as president. You are the incoming president. Zambians have already chosen. It's a matter of time. Mr. President, my first question is, how do you intend to run or come and overturn the careless, heartless, and hopeless decision the PF leadership under President Edgar Lungu undertook to remove bursaries and projects allowances from higher institution of learning in the University of Zambia? Let me just say, all higher learning institutions. What is your government going to do? Are you going also to allow such a barbaric act to continue to infringe more pain on the many suffering Zambians, many underprivileged parents who have got no proper income as to educate their children in colleges? My second question, Mr. President, is what are you also going to do to mitigate the lack of drugs in hospitals? As you know, under the PF leadership, under the failure of President Edgar Lungu, which has now developed the art of giving prescriptions to patients as if that prescription is actually accompanied by a 50 kwacha or 100 kwacha for you to go and buy drugs. What is your able leadership, as it is expected from the main Zambians, going to do to change that? And lastly, Mr. President, as I'm speaking right now, it is an open secret that Zambia is actually having not less than 65,000 undeployed teachers, and teacher to pupil ratio in classes, some teachers are actually, even managing 100 plus, pupils, one teacher. What is your able leadership going to do about that, including nurses to patients ratio? Thank you.
Bursaries. I think you all know the UPND policy on education. That education, in our minds, in our views, is the best equalizer. It's the best investment you can give to a child. So for us, it will be our duty to send our children to school. Bana banshiwa, abana babapina, everybody. We will even focus more on children from poorer families, children from single parents, children who are orphaned, to give them the first investment, best investment, which is education. It will be our job. So the bursary issue can never be confused, given and withdrawn under the UPND. Never. Never ever. Because we value education. It's the best investment. And we'll give it to our children. We will not just give our children education, we'll give them opportunities for two things. One, employment. And I'll come to that because you talked about unemployment. Two, business opportunities. Ni nandakale. Our job is to build business, economy, so that our children can get jobs and business opportunities, contracts. As I said, to supply goods and services in the mining sector, in the government sectors, all of them. And that's why we're seeking public office, to do just that. So if we want to give jobs to our children, our youth, imisepela, how can we deny them education? It's a contradiction, isn't it? Yeah. The economy will not work if there are no skills. The skills are held by the people. So we will invest in our people. And the bursaries will give priority, bursaries, student loan, whatever we want to call it under UPND, priority to those who need it. Today, you find bursaries are given to ministers' children who already are stealing enough money and they still get the bursaries. The bursaries for us will go to those who need them. And will not just give you a bursary after school said pay back or a loan. No, we'll give you a job. The same way I wrote my last exam at UNZA myself on a Friday. I rested Saturday, Sunday, Monday I had a job. We want to retain our children to what is called attachment, vocational employment, so that even during school they can be employed and earn kamokamo, kanono.
I appreciate it.
Medicines. Even on the coronavirus, there are no sanitizers. They're not there. Roads, because that's where they steal money. COVID money is going to roads. That's where they steal money from. So we will not allow to do anything to do that. We will be ensuring that equipment, medicines in the hospitals are availed to our people. Equipment is very important. Diagnostic equipment to determine the disease before you treat. Medicine you get under PF is a piece of paper called prescription. I agree with you. Fika pwa. Hivyo vyonse vyaba PF fika pwa. Fika ya naba PF. Manda. Yes. Gushika, tukashika no kushika. Zambians, you are delaying yourselves. By delaying UPND, delaying us, you are delaying yourselves.
True.
And I hear you many times, no, UPND, HH has lost. It's you Zambians who are losing.
Yes.
It's the children who are losing. We are losing together. That's why we must take responsibility for us to do what we need to do. So medicines in hospital will be assured. We will cut expenditure from VXs. Mwebali mwevo kuba ma ministers ba UPND takukabe ama VX. Teti muntu wa manu leisha VX ya 1 million kwacha. Mufupatela takuli miti. Na wewe uleisha kwati uli mutuntulo. But the fish rots from the head. We as leaders will make sure that we cut costs on luxury expenditure and move money into health services. Move money in education, the bursaries you asked. When we do roads, we do projects, we'll do them at the right cost. Zero tolerance to corruption. The money stolen on roads, on fire tenders, on ambulances, we'll put that money to buy medicines and equipment in hospitals. So you don't have a prescription. Mundu ashakwa tenchito, a retiree, aya kuchipatela, bamupelaga prescription, takwa tolupia. That's our duty. That will be our duty. Count on us on that. Yes. And don't doubt. We are cut from a different cloth than these guys you see in here. Completely. Jobs will be our priority. Over 50,000 nurses, teachers graduated, they have no jobs. Because the economy is collapsed. Why has it collapsed? Because of the Dununa reverse virus. We will revive the economy, grow the economy, create jobs as a priority. You are a teacher, you are training in your final year in college, final year. As you go to write the final exam, you are already allocated a school where you are going. You are a nurse, the same thing. Carpenter. You know that you have contracts to supply desks. We will never buy desks, furniture from foreign countries. Chinese. They will be made here. That's part of self-employment. That's part of jobs. I must tell you that I started working for myself at a tender age, and I have no regrets. But why me? I want that opportunity to be given to the youth, to the women, to the people. Employment is formal job, is self-employment, which is business opportunity. That's what we'll give to you. You cannot do that when you inherit an economy at 7% growing, you damage it to 2% to -3% this year. And you blame COVID. COVID yaishile nombapa. A long time ago economy. Because of your Kaloba, we told you don't borrow too much money, you borrow too much money. Then you use the money on consumption, on stealing it through fire tenders. We will never do those things. Zero tolerance to corruption, save money, put that money in the economy, and we'll create jobs for the nurses, we'll create jobs for the teachers, we'll create jobs for engineers, for carpenters, for plumbers, for everybody. Abena Zambia ngatule popota mule umfa. You are delaying yourselves. This is God's given opportunity for us to work together as a country. But that can only happen by changing government in 2021. You can't change government without voting. You can't vote without a voter's card. You can't get a voter's card without a national registration card. Now, to get NRCs, voters' cards, vote in big numbers, protect the votes at all costs until we're sworn in. The rest, I'd already said it. Leave it to Barry and the team. We'll fix it. Thank
Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the question and answer session. We are very sorry for the two that have come late. However, we are privileged to share some things and other new items from your colleagues. But now we are releasing all the media houses as we remain interacting with our President.
Thank you, media.